I'm in the middle of my hips. I haven't really thought much about life, but I think I'm just gonna live like a normal person. Then my brother recommends me a book. It seems interesting, so I start reading the book. It's winter right now, so I read the book while enjoying the sunlight. Then, whenever I learn something new, I go and tell it to my mom. I'm really liking this book. It's showing me a whole different world, something I never knew, never thought about. Nobody ever told me this. Nobody talks about this. This book is opening my brain. By the time I'm halfway through the book, I've already decided that 500% I'm going to do business in my life. The book was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And this is why I think you should start a business as a Muslim. Let me ask you one thing, that was the Prophet, peace be upon him, rich or poor? You will probably be thinking that he was poor because that is what we have all heard about. But he was rich, very rich. And no, the stories we were told were not all lies, but he used to give away money. He used to give away lots of wealth. That is why he used to seem poor. But he wasn't originally poor. He was very rich. He was a businessman. The Prophet, peace be upon him, and his companions were businessmen. So the first thing you have to do is destroy this poor mindset of yours that a Muslim, a true Muslim, can never be rich. You have to absolutely destroy this mindset that the people who are religious cannot be rich. Of course, you can be religious. You can be a right-wing person, and then you can be rich as well. You can have both of these things combined, and combine both of these things and become the perfect man, the perfect personality we talked about in a previous video. And guess what? As we all know that a strong moment is better than a weak moment in the eyes of Allah, but there is goodness in both of them. And so, strong here does not just mean strong physically or anything like that. Strong here means strong in every realm. Strong mentally, strong physically, strong emotionally, strong financially as well. And so if you want to become a favorite of Allah and you want to become good in the eyes of Allah, you have to start a business. You have to become rich. But you might be thinking, okay, I know I need to become rich. I can become rich in other ways as well. I can become rich by doing jobs as well. It's not like business is the only way to become rich. And I'm not going to lie. You can become rich by doing jobs. There are high paying jobs, but the downsides are not worth it. You are a slave of your boss. In simple words, when you do a job, when you sign to a job, you say to your boss that, okay, from now on, I am your slave. Whatever you tell me, I will do. If you tell me that I have to come at this time, I will come at this time. If you tell me I have to leave at this time, I will leave at that time. If you tell me do this, I will do this. You are literally, in other words, simple words, saying that you are a slave of your boss. And then you aren't really free. Yes, you might get lots of money, but what is the point of having all of that money when you don't even get the time to spend that money? Yes, the footballers and those people have supercars and all of that stuff, but what is the point of all of those stuff if you cannot even enjoy that stuff? What is the point of having that high paying job when you can't even spend time with your family whenever you want to, when you can't even go wherever you want to, when you cannot even talk about your opinions, you cannot even say that I support this and this, you cannot even say that I am with these people. So if you want a life like that, go ahead and do jobs. But if you're a part of this community, if you're part of this movement, I don't think you want a life like that. I think you have high ambitions, because that is what I am doing here, setting high standards for you. And so this is why I think if you want to be a part of this movement, you must start a business. And I know not all people are built for business. The person who is among the two most closest people to me, one of them is really good in a particular thing. I'm not going to say what it is. And if he wants to, he can make a real business out of that thing. But he just doesn't want to. Why? Because he does not have the type of personality. He hates being in the spotlight. He hates being in the spotlight. He just wants to be the person in the dark. He just wants to be the person who is doing all the work, but he's not in the spotlight. But you might be thinking that if all people start doing a business, who is going to do the jobs? Well, it's not like the entire world is a part of this movement. And so yes, not all people are built for business and not all people can do business. But I really recommend you that even if you don't want to make it a permanent thing, even if you know 100, 500% that you don't want to do business in your life, you just want to have a job and you don't want to be in the spotlight and stuff, still do it. because there are two benefits of doing this. First of all, this will give you experience, and in our world, experience is very valuable. Experience is something that cannot be taken away from you, no matter what it is. Like, even if you get experience in a field that does not belong to the field you want to do a job in, it will still someday be beneficial to you, because experience never goes to waste. When you do something, that something never goes to waste. It always helps you in the future. And the second thing is, it will open your brain. Like, it will truly show you what business can do for your life. Like, being able to work just 2-3 hours per day and then making lots of money, that's the power of business. And so if you don't believe me right now, go and start your own business. It will truly open your eyes. And yes, I'm not going to lie to you that it is super easy and stuff. It is very hard, ruthlessly hard. Starting a business will truly show you how stupid you are. Like, when you go and make stupid decisions, stupid mistakes, it will humble you and it will show you how smart you really are. The first 5 to 7 years are going to be hell in there. But tell me one thing, is job easy? Is doing a job easy? Like, you can either suffer right now by doing a business, you can suffer for 5 to 7 years and then not suffer for the entirety of your life, or you can do a job and not suffer right now because you aren't in that job, but then when you get in that job, suffer for the entirety of your life. That's the difference between successful and unsuccessful people's lives. Successful people live in a way that they suffer from the ages of like 15, 16, 14, something like that, to around 22, 23, maybe let's say maximum 25. Those are their suffering years. In these years, they go and start different businesses, they go and do different things, they don't go out with their friends, they don't go out with their family, they're not able to do the things they want to do, they truly want to do, but because they are sacrificing for their future. And then once they get to the ages of like 24, 25, because they have spent the past decade in hard times, now they are in the good times and now they are free. Like, they don't even have to worry about money for the entirety of their life. And unsuccessful people don't even worry about money until the age of about 25, and then till their death they worry about money. And so yeah, choose the people you want to be like. The people who suffer till the ages of 25, or like the people who suffer till their death. And so you say that you want to create good times for this ummah. Like, you say that you have had enough of the hard times, you have had enough of the past 100 years of suffering of this ummah, and you want to do something about. Well, strong men create good times. I think we have all heard that. And what creates strong men? Hard times. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. And so if you want to create good times, you must be a strong man. And how do you become a strong man? Well, passing through hard times. No other way. And so when the ummah has enough strong men in it, the good times of ours will start from there. And so when you have a business, like, you will be truly free. Because remember that 9 parts of risk are found in business. 9 out of 10 parts of risk are in business, bro. And so the reason the ummah is suffering right now is not because we don't have resources, we don't have wealth, we don't have manpower, we don't have these things. No, it's because those things are in the hands of wrong people. People who lack that love, that fire that you and I have to help this ummah. They don't have that. And so when we get that, that's when the good times of the ummah will start. And so if you want to be the start of the change, if you want to be the foundations of the change, start a business. Just start any business, like the business you know the most about. Don't say that, okay, what business model? Iman Gaji says this business model, Hamza says this business model, Andrew Tate says this and this and this, and this guy says this. No, don't like, just start any business, but just keep one single thing in your mind, that it must be purely 1000% halal. Just that. Other than that, it doesn't matter what business model you do. It must be halal. That is all. Because remember that in the current world, if you want to have an impact, you must be financially strong. And so if you like my advice and you want to buy my paid product, if you're a male, click the first link in the description, and if you're a female, click the second link in the description to join the community where you can buy the product. But the community is still free. Or if you want to go on a one-to-one call with me, click the third link in the description. And so do good, and I'll see you in Jannah.